A Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I've got to drive across town, so I thought I would flip on YouTube Live and tell you about the week that was. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with current events, my friends, Stephen McCullough, the owner of Lunar One, who did a massive pump and dump crypto scheme where he fooled 11,000 people out of their money. Now, what he did is he told people, using the run guys, that he was going to launch a crypto coin on the market for 25 cents. And they pumped and dumped this for 3 months, telling everyone that if they got in quick, they could buy it for 15 cents. So it was a no-brainer. Everyone said, let's get into it. Let's invest our hard-earned crypto dollars and let's make a lot of money for when this launches on the open market at literally 25 cents each. 80% profit basically within minutes. But when the coin launched, they got advice from some bogus people, and they suggested it would be a good idea for the growth of the company to only launch the coin at 5 cents each. So everyone just lost all the money that they invested. They spent 3 months promoting this opportunity of a lifetime, and then within a short period of time they changed what they had on offer and decided to go with the advice they got. People were so upset. So anyway, since then I interviewed Cindy Piper, who got her money back from Stephen McCullough. She got $10,000 back from Stephen McCullough. She got $6,000 back for herself, $1,000 back for her husband, and the other money was for a friend. Now, there's been a lot of different rumors going around. However, the truth of the matter is, I got told that her friend invested $90,000, which sounds like a lot of money, but it does seem reasonable. Her friend invested $3,000 and got their money back. When she got her money back from Stephen McCullough, she went working for him for 3 months, and they had this lady called Natalie, another person called Teacher26 on Telegram, and they were basically out there trying to trick those two people into saying things about me so they could use it in a court case where they were trying to sue me for defamation. And they said to those people that when they get money back from Danny to Heck, they would pay them back. So Cindy basically went down that road for quite a long time. She produced videos defaming me. There was other videos on Dan's Roads for Riches defaming me. They published articles on websites defaming me, saying I was connected to white supremacists, and I'm not going to bore you with all the details. But since then, Cindy Piper and I started talking to each other. She realised how they had pulled the wool over her eyes, and she realised that they were also scammers, and there's no projects, there's no Lunar One, whatever, there's nothing. And she's finished up, she documented the whole lot, she wrote a book, and it basically vindicates myself and exposes Stephen McCullough as a scammer. It's a 300-page book, it's on Amazon. It's amazing, it's a brilliant book. So that was one thing that came out. Anyway, long story short, without boring you guys too much, is that today we went to the New Zealand High Court in Christchurch, and we were seeking what do they call, security for cost. Now, Stephen McCullough wants to sue me for $3.8 million claiming defamation. He didn't think I'd be able to defend myself. Well, I can defend myself. In New Zealand, every person is entitled for proper legal defence. I'm currently not earning much money. He thought I was a millionaire. I actually got legal aid. Legal aid is not a free service, but it basically facilitates anyone that's trying to take you to court when you can't afford to pay for the legal costs of the lawyers and you have to repay the money. That's what happened to me. So we said, if you want to take a New Zealander to court, you need to put security up for costs. My lawyers went through and looked at some other similar cases, and we were asking him for $150,000 to be put into a trust fund They refused to do so. They said that we didn't need to watch the 10 hours of videos, blah, 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 blah. So then we had to go to a high court and basically seek security for costs if they wanted to pursue us. Then they started negotiating out of court, saying to us that we are willing to drop the case and each party will pay their own costs. So then we went back to legal aid with their letter. Legal aid said we can't guarantee that we won't charge Danny the cost that he's incurred to date, which is probably, I don't know exactly, but it's $25,000 up. So I've spent over $25,000 with legal aid that I have to pay back. And all the time and the energy that I've put into it, I just don't even want to track that at the moment. Long story short, they agreed to pay back that money to legal aid. And then yesterday they decided they had a stupid thing saying, if you remove all your videos about Stephen McCullough and you stop bullying and harassing his family. And I'm going, we've never done that. Don't put words in their mouth. So we basically didn't accept their letter and everything. So I'm all dressed up as the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, gone off to the High Court today, and at 9:30 this morning they decided to drop the case. And I'm in the court watching the judge's face as he picks up my 217-page affidavit fully exposing Stephen McCullough as a dirty, disgusting scammer that you should not have anything to do with, then saying this has been discontinued this morning. He's going, and he's going, really? You know, and then and now what happens is their lawyers, my lawyers, will come up with the cost, and Stephen McCullough will be ordered to pay the cost of all my legal expenses. So that's where we're at the moment. So the fact of the matter is, a scammer goes after a New Zealand citizen. He tries to gag me and stop me producing videos. He had no success at doing so. So over the last 3 to 4 months, I haven't been able to produce any videos about Stephen McCullough. We've been on Telegram groups. He's had this lady, Natalie. So Natalie sent a 45 points of interest to every government organisation in New Zealand, claiming that they were trying to stop my legal aid. They were claiming that I was connected to Paul Cobbs, who was a person that come onto our Telegram group, who invested $60,000 in Luna One and lost his money, and he was pissed off. So he was looking to get his money back. So he found our Telegram group. Come in here as a guy called Paul Cobbs, who we didn't know. He was exposing Stephen McCullough, everything about him. His emails were impressive. Then someone said to me, do you realise Paul Cobbs is actually, oh no, it was around the other way. It was, his name was Philly Anderson or something. He had a bogus name like a lot of people do, and then we realised his true identity was Paul Cobbs, and he was a white supremacist. So the group talked about it and we kicked him out, and we've never communicated with him since. But they picked up on this fact, and Stephen McCullough published a voice recording, which I'm going to play, claiming that I am in bed with a white supremacist, and this is the reason why the New Zealand government shouldn't provide me legal aid. Now, a really sad thing happened here in Christchurch. We had a mosque, and we had this Australian guy come over and go on a shooting rampage. He killed 51 people in my community. They were claiming that if they don't stop my legal aid, that if they don't stop my legal aid, this lady, Natalie, who was claiming to be Stephen's lawyer, would sue the New Zealand government for harbouring someone that is trying to stop a scammer. This was one of the 45 bullet points that she produced. I used to be a Jehovah's Witness, and I got kicked out of the organisation. I had 2 people in my family commit suicide. I produced a video talking about the effects of shunning and discommunicating people from the Jehovah's Witness organisation because of the 2 people that committed suicide in my family. Now, my mother is a staunch Jehovah's Witness. She literally said that she wouldn't be concerned if I died by suicide, because I would get a resurrection on a paradise earth. I produced a video about my life and the background as an ex-Jehovah's Witness and the detrimental effects that organisation had on my life. My mother, pushed by my nephew, tried to get that video taken off the internet. My nephew pushed my mother into going to court. A week before it went to court, my mother was deemed not fit enough to go to court, and my nephew tried to run the course of the case by himself. So the judge said I'm entitled to publish a video and I'm entitled to my opinion, and the video remained, and I agreed that I wouldn't visit my mum unannounced, which I don't do anyway, so nothing come of that. My nephew was so pissed off that when he saw my stuff happening on the internet, he decided it would be a good idea to share the family court documents with Stephen McCullough's legal team. This fake lawyer that Stephen McCullough claimed isn't associated with him somehow managed to give him all the documents. Anyway, long story short, you cannot share family court documents with anybody because it's a criminal offence to do so. So I went to the police in Christchurch and laid a complaint about my nephew's activity sharing family court documents. In the letter where Natalie tried to defame me with legal aid, they proved that they had complete all the documents, all the voice recordings when I've recorded my mother's conversations on the table for anyone to listen to, which is incredible. But my relationship with my mother's got nothing to do with this. My relationship as an ex-Jehovah's Witnesses when I left 30 years ago has got nothing to do with this. So anyway, a long story short, my nephew he loves my grandmother, he calls Gran, and it's my mother. My mother would prefer that I was dead because she would live with the hope that I would get a resurrection on a paradise earth. And my last conversation with my dear mum is she yelled at the door, "I love Jehovah more than you." And that's why I bust these Ponzi schemes, because when I was younger and I was brought up as a Jehovah's Witness, I had people on the stage like the ministerial servants, the elders, the circuit overseers, the Bethelite people, and they used to preach to us, and we literally used to listen to them like they were, anything that came out of their mouth was true. And I see a lot of people like Stephen McCullough telling people a bunch of lies, and unfortunately people just look at it with rose-coloured glasses on, and they don't do due diligence. They don't find out whether this guy's got a history of scamming, and that's why I went after Stephen McCullough. Since 2012, he's been scamming people. He did a Kickstarter campaign to raise money to go hunting for live dinosaurs in the Congo. And when he got there, guess what? He didn't have his paperwork in order. Guess what? All his computer equipment got stolen. The guy's an idiot. 2016. What did he do? Well, he'd come up with this game called, I think it was called Skylark. And it was a game where you play, and if you play and win, you can actually receive real gold. That game got rebranded to Gold Inc. And it seems like that seems to have broken in the last few days, because Stephen, as far as my knowledge goes, he's at the moment, we've got a screenshot of him selling his house on Facebook, which got posted and removed, and somebody managed to grab it. And it's a $3 million house in Texas where he lives in America, which is he's now selling because he says he needs to downsize. It's a massive house. He's also blamed every single thing that he's been trying to do on me. And he said, because I'm exposing him and I'm contacting every organisation that he claims he's associated with, or every merger, then he can't do anything until he stops Danny de Heck. Hence why he's been trying to stop me in the New Zealand High Court. He claims he's a gazillionaire and he's got tons of money, but he's now backed out of the court case. He's fully exposed as a scammer. It's brilliant. You know, so lots of things are happening. I don't want to rave on too much, but I'm being totally vindicated at the moment. And if you are doing anything with Stephen McCullough and you're thinking he's got potential, he's a scammer. And you can tell he's a scammer because he hasn't followed through in what he said he was going to do to me. I've exposed this guy. I did a video that was 4 hours, 47 minutes long. There was 3 other videos in question. It was 10 hours worth of video footage that a judge and a jury would have had to watch. Now, he's claiming that he wanted to negotiate out of court and obviously get my videos removed, but he didn't want to pay my legal fees. And when he was told he had to fork out money to put into a security because he didn't want to do so. And the reason why he wouldn't want to do so is because there's no way he's going to win. So let's say Stephen listened to the judge in the New Zealand High Court, put $150,000 into a trust account, then he would have had to use that money would be easy grabbing once he lost the court case, because that money would have been used to pay all my legal fees. So that's why he didn't want to do that, because he knows he was trying to scare me into removing my videos because he thought I was wealthy enough to defend myself. Now, anyone in their right mind wouldn't go up against these scammers, because especially in America, because you can win a case and still be lumbered with all your court fees. Now, I'm not fighting a battle for myself. I'm fighting a battle because I want to help people that have been scammed. Now, I'm in New Zealand, and New Zealand law is pretty cool at helping us defend against these scammers. Because, yes, if you're not wealthy enough to afford to take these guys on, then we do get legal aid. But that's not, I didn't know about legal aid until he sued me. And I were a bit perplexed at the time, thinking, what am I going to do? And I was concerned about how I was going to take on this guy. Then one of my YouTube subscribers, Joshua, who saw what I'm doing, contacted me one day and he said, if you ever get yourself in the shit, let me know. I got myself in the shit, obviously, with Stephen McCullough. He said, I can't take on the case, my company won't allow me, I needed barristers to represent me. He said, but however, we have a guy in New Zealand called David Farrier, and I know he's got 2 hotshot lawyers who fight defamation cases. I will contact them and ask them if they will work for you, and more importantly, work on legal aid. These 2 lawyers, which is Ali and Peter, they're called defamationlawyers.co.nz. Honestly, every single correspondence letter I read from those 2 guys are just first class. These are straight shooters, you know, common sense lawyers. They had done amazing jobs, and this is who I was listening to talk to the judge this morning. And I just have to take my hat off to these guys. So, yes, I'm on a bit of a ride at the moment, and I'm feeling unstoppable. However, we won. These guys didn't stop me. And I feel like I've been vindicated for standing up to these scammers who can throw their money around. But as long as you're producing good, true, honest content, you're not making up porkies, and you can back up what you say and create public awareness like a journalist would about these scams, then you don't have anything to worry about, which is just awesome. So Steve McCullough claims he's got gold mines. He's claiming that any day now he's got trucks and equipment turning up and he's got a mine for gold. That's bullshit. There's no mines. He's got a picture of a gold mine in his advertising. I found the original picture, and it's a freaking coal mine from India. You know, it's all just smoke and mirrors stuff. And I'm going to do my best to keep you up to date. There's another scam out there called fourthstar.co.nz. They're claiming that they've got some young singer on board who's a celebrity. I've reached out to her. Haven't heard anything back yet. She does seem genuine, but I can bet your bottom dollar that she has nothing to do with this Fourth Star organisation. Fourthstar.com is a website where they claim they're using AI. I haven't looked at it properly, but I bet you they're telling people that they also have a credit card of some sort, because this is where all these scams follow the same path. They literally, what I'm trying to say is, they pretend that they're producing something, but they're absolutely producing nothing. Stephen McCullough is continuously doing announcements about things that they are planning to do. Not one of those things has actually eventuated. This guy claims that he's the president of the United Allied States. Since I've been taking him to the cleaners, they have removed that website. That I've been speaking to his office, people who work. I've got 2 people that I've been talking to who have been working with him. They said the only thing Stephen McCullough is interested in. Thank you very much, Denise. I really appreciate that nice comment. Please hit the thumbs up too. That'd be nice. The only thing that they are worried about is doing an announcement and keeping the investors happy. And the fact is, Stephen McCullough now has been trying to merge with Fourth Star, claiming that they have got 300% more clever stuff than they ever did. They never had anything. They have got nothing. He's nobody. He's got no products or service. They claim they're creating a metaverse. They have now merged with another company that hasn't brought anything into the picture. This is just total scam. What they want you to do is listen to the pump and dump. They want you to get your crypto and purchase their worthless coin. The coins that they were going to list on the market at 25 cents each. If you go to, I think it's XLN token, and have a look at it today, it is worth 0.001. So 1/100th of a cent, I think. It's worth nothing. It could be worth tens. It could be worth 1/10 of a cent. I'm not quite sure on the zeros. It gets confusing. So now they're saying to people that own those coins that they can transfer them into the new coin that he's got with the Fourth Star thing. People are, when you log into Luna 1, it automatically flips you over to fourthstar.com. So you had no choice but to be reskinned in another rinse and repeat crypto opportunity. There's another guy called Ivan. He's got 200,000 subscribers. I've been interviewed by him yesterday or the day before. He's going to do another video. He just released a video about Luna 1, and he's explaining to people that he thought it was a real deal because Luna 1 had claims that they were in association with people like Coca-Cola, Google, Apple, all these. He's got screenshots. When this new website came out called fourthstar.com, it said that they were in partnership and they listed a whole lot of people. His name was on the website. Now he's called Shark something, forgotten, but if you message me or go through my community area on my website, you will see his video that he posted. He posted a video, and within 3 or 4 days I had 25,000. Thank you for the thumbs up, appreciate it. What I'm trying to get at is he thought it was a legitimate scam a week ago, and now he's finding out that these guys are scammers and they've merged with a company. They've used his brand. He's got no authority to use this guy's brand, and they're all waking up. Now this morning I had a lovely experience talking to CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla and I talked for 20-25 minutes, and he wanted to know all about Stephen McCullough. Now I didn't ask Steve, funny enough, his name's Stephen as well. I didn't ask CoffeeZilla if he wanted to do a video on Stephen McCullough or anything like that. But what I did get from CoffeeZilla is he said to me, I hear that you have been being sued by Stephen McCullough. And he doesn't really know much about him, but he did say he was familiar with his going-ons. Now he said that there's only a few people like him, myself, Ivan. There's another guy called TJ, the crypto homie. He's brilliant. There was originally another guy. There's guys that have fallen off the wayside. Martin Kingsbury, he got paid off and he did the right thing. Anyway, my point is there's only a handful of people out there that fight these scammers. I've never invested in Luna 1. I've never invested in any crypto get rich quick opportunity. And now people like CoffeeZilla are offering advice on how to handle these people. And he was telling me some interesting stories. And just to be talking to these guys that can put a video online, and within 4 hours, I think CoffeeZilla put part 3 of this Traders Domain scam online, and within 3 or 4 hours 500,000 people view. I think CoffeeZilla's got 2 million subscribers. But just to be on a phone call with someone like that offering me advice on how to handle people like Stephen McCullough is worth its weight in gold. I have 4,500 people on my YouTube channel. I have 4,500, I think I have 4,527 people on my YouTube channel. Every single one of those subscribers, I thank you. But don't underestimate the power of a small YouTube channel like my own. I'm used to own a business networking company, and I know how to connect and I know how to link people together. When you do a search for Stephen McCullough on the internet, you will find that my thumbnails, my videos, my website comes up all the time. And that is because I've gone to town on naming and shaming anyone running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. The next guy I'm going after is Jan Gregory. Now, Jan Gregory, I don't know what his involvement is with CoinMarketBull, but he's been promoting it. Max Spread, he's been promoting it. Union something, he's been promoting, and he's just a continuous scammer who's out there rinsing, repeating, getting his networkers. So if you're not following how these scams work and wondering where the money is being made, and it is because the multi-level marketers are the scammers, which you may not realize. So when I refer you into a scam, I get 20% of your money. That's the scammers. The rest of the money disappears to the people that start the platform. They use that money to pay back people so they buy into the platforms. They will get away with it. I was talking to what I believe is the top government organisation, one of the employees yesterday, and he was telling me that they are more interested about going after scammers who are doing the dating scams, the people that are conning old people out of all their money. So the old horny guy who thinks he's going to get with a 22-year-old goddess is giving over all his money on a promise. They are more interested in going after the Ponzi schemes and the scammers. Because if I talk to anyone who's in a government department about chasing these scammers, they glaze over because it's too much hard work. There's too many people involved. It's too hard understanding the crypto language and all these people. There's just no way that you can actually stop these guys. So I said to the guy on the phone, I said, I'm going to start my own scam. I'm going to start my own scam because I'll be so bloody good at it. And he goes, you'd be really good at it, he said. You'd be brilliant. Of course I would be. I know how these scammers work. But I don't want to live my life like that. I want to help people who are silly enough to listen to a family member or a friend and get into these scams. Now I'm going to read Denise's message here. Someone recently introduced me to GS Partners, and I picked up on all the red flags. Well done, you. That is a positive scheme, listening to your videos. Oh, thank you so much. And now GS Partners was a really interesting one because I did my apprenticeship busting hyperverse. Keith Williams, when I got to interview him on a Skype meeting and interrupt into his meeting, thought I was a journalist. And he told me, he spent ages chatting to me. Now that guy had tried to pay $1.5 million in taxes in the UK. And the tax department told him to keep his money because he's been investigated for money laundering and tax evasion. Now, Keith Williams, since then, this was in December the 16th, Brenda Chunder, who's working with people to trap other people at the top of these Ponzi schemes, must have tipped off Keith Williams. Keith Williams told his community that he has stage 4 cancer. And we haven't heard from Keith Williams anymore. On the 16th of December, he was meant to appear in a Hyper Nation video. And then he disappeared. And now he claims to have stage 4 cancer. And I also obviously been trying to take his money out of crypto. He has stole millions of dollars from people. anyone know Keith Williams' whereabouts? Let me know. I'm 100% sure, unless he's just got it, he's not got cancer, and he's trying to go into hiding. You watch the papers in the UK, he will be in there, he will be done for fraud or money laundering, because that's the way they get these guys. And then you've got Kalpesh Patel, he was his sidekick. Now Kalpesh Patel, after he left Hyperverse was the biggest scam. Sam Lee told Kalpesh Patel that they had been taking the money out of Hyperverse and putting it into small Bitcoin wallets. They had never been investing in any startups or crypto, any whale trading where they manipulate the pump and dumps in crypto. And they asked Kalpesh Patel to agree to do an exit strategy. Now, Kalpesh Patel said that he was offered a ridiculous sum of money to do an exit strategy so they could leave Hyperverse. At that time, Sam Lee went into hiding. Sam Lee owned a company in Australia called Bitcoin Group. Bitcoin Group managed to get listed on the Australian share market. They raised $15 million. $21 million of that money disappeared and they took off. Ryan Jew owned 40% of BitChain Global, whatever it was called. They took off, they went into hiding, they went all over to Dubai. Sam Lee came out of hiding and released Stable Dayo. It was rumored he was going to release another one called Hyper One. Anyway, Sam Lee then tried to go back into the community and steal the Hyper community because he couldn't get his Hyper Stable Dayo going. Now, at that time, that was when he was talking to Kalpesh Patel. Kalpesh Patel started promoting GS Partners. I caught them on a video. I put a video online. Next minute, I got told out of privacy I couldn't have that video on YouTube. Then I embedded that video onto my website. Then some Norwegian High Court contacted my web host saying that they had spent $40,000 getting that one page taken off my web page. So I heard. So anyway, ISP banned that page. So that video about GS Partners is still on my Odyssey account, which you'll find at the top of this video. There's a link. Kalpesh Patel then started promoting wewe.Global. So then I went to town on wewe.Global. Now Kalpesh Patel is promoting another thing called Data Bank. And all the people that have been associated with all the scams that I'm busting, that I've got a database on all of the big key players. I'm always asking people for information. They just go from one scam to the other, and they have a networking group, which they get commissions every time they manage to con money from one person into another. It just goes on and on and on. But I'm keeping a database of all these guys, and it's just disgusting. So Denise in the chat here is saying that they lost money in Hyperverse as well. And because they build up these relationships with people, like Kalpesh is still training people how to be multi-level marketers, people believe that when he starts a new Ponzi scheme, they can get in quick and get out and make money back. One lady who spent $150,000, her husband spent $150,000 in Hyperverse, lost the lot. She thought she'd go into the next Ponzi scheme with $10,000, hoping to trade her way out of it, and obviously lost that as well. Meanwhile, you know, I've had people telling me that one guy, $5 million, asked him where he got the money from. He said his family entrusted him with the family fortune. He lost that to Hyperverse. I've got another lady at the moment that's lost £190,000 with her friend. Somebody sold her used Hyperverse accounts that were theoretically still good at the time when you couldn't withdraw any money from Hyperverse. And this guy gave her 2 crypto addresses to put the money in. So she thought she was buying an asset when this guy was siphoning money out of her crypto wallet, put it into addresses that no one can track money with. I mean, I get when I met Ivan from the shark, whatever he's called, which you'll see his videos on my thing. I'm getting people telling me they lost $113,000 to Luna One. Another guy tells me he lost, the shark guy, Ivan, said I think he lost 20,000. So it just goes on and on and on. In your message, I love it. You said, I meant Ponzi scheme, not positive schemes. I get you. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, guys, it's been a victory today. Obviously, a scammer's tried to stop me, thrown a massive lawsuit at me. He's failed, and now he has to pay my legal fees because he's decided to change his mind. It's a cowardly attack by these rich scammers. Stephen McCullough, you're a piece of shit. You're not worth wiping my ass on. You're just the scum of the earth, and I'm now going to do my bestest to promote everything I can to expose you as a total cowboy. You can go into hiding now, move to Dubai if you want to, but there's no way in hell you're going to stop the Ponzi scheme. You can fart in a jam jar on the other side of the world and I will smell it. Not that I want to smell your farts. But yeah, no, and I think my community, I really do appreciate this. I mean, a lot of, if you watch the start of CoffeeZilla's video that he launched today, this guy, Ted, has gone in there and he's accused that CoffeeZilla is just after clickbait. And that he's doing this because he's after the money that YouTube pay for producing videos. I got $1,200 one month for my YouTube videos. Every month I get around about $150 from people who click on my adverts or whatever it is with my YouTube video. That is not enough money for me to live on. In the last 10 months or maybe 12 months, I've made $4,000 out of my YouTube channel. Never say that I'm doing it for the money. I hope that I create public awareness. I hope that I stop someone like Denise in this chat putting their money down on a Ponzi scheme. They search the internet and they search for the name of the Ponzi scheme. Like Hex is another one where they've asked people to stake their money. That is a Ponzi scheme. They've got people to invest their money for 2 years. People can't take their money out. So people were stuck for 2 years. That means that Ponzi scheme is going to last for 2.5 years before it falls over. Ponzi schemes rely on new investors. There's only so many stupid people out there that will keep giving their money away to these crypto junkies. Your friend that is trying to introduce you to it is the one that's the scammer. You go after them because they're providing you financial advice and they're not regulated financial advisors. I don't believe that crypto is going to last long. They're doing the right thing by closing down these crypto exchanges. They're doing the right things when banks won't let you transfer your USDT back into the real bank. You know, unfortunately, the world's in a bad place financially at the moment. And all the things I hear people saying, like, oh, the banks don't give you any money for any interest on your money and they don't work for you. Well, where's that money come from? Imagine a banker relying on other people opening up accounts to pay you interest. Well, I think I've obviously talked too much. All right, great day for Danny. Thank you for your support. Hope you enjoyed my live. And I'm going to go home and start doing some videos exposing Stephen McCullough so no one falls victim to his new Ponzi scheme called Fourth Star. What a brilliant name. And if you look at the website, it's built on WordPress. Oh my God, it's just ridiculous. All right, guys, hope you're having a good day. Thanks for watching my videos. Please do like, subscribe, and hit the thumbs up. It helps get these videos out. I don't know if you guys realize that when you provide a comment, when you hit the thumbs up, when you subscribe to the YouTube channel, I mean, a lot of YouTubers are always saying, oh, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is one of the only ways that YouTube can judge how good or bad your video is. So people who bust scams, they have a team of people going there hitting the thumbs down, and that probably, in my estimation, would tell Google that this video isn't good. So it's a continuous battle between the believers and the non-believers. So if you believe I'm doing good, hit the thumbs up. if you're an investor and you're hoping that your Ponzi scheme's not going to fall over, you're probably going to hit the thumbs down. So that's why a lot of my videos take off. Some of them do and some of them don't. So don't underestimate the power of giving me a thumbs up on the YouTube channel. And don't underestimate the power of providing a comment. I don't have anyone help me with my comments. I'm dyslexic, so I do write back to everybody. It takes me a lot of time, but I wouldn't do it if I didn't truly value the comments I get from people. They can't stop the Avenger. No, this is AKA, no, it's Danny to Heck, AKA the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. And I've had a good day. And I'll tell you about my bad days, but this one is one to be celebrated. Thank you for watching. All the best, guys. Ending now.